Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dyson Sphere Program. Today, we are going to work on upgrading our starter supply depot to support the mid-game. So we're going to be putting up the interstellar logistics system setup here. And I already did a little bit up at the north, which I'll show you before we head out to another planet, because we need titanium being brought down to this planet and silicone before we really get too far, because we got to do some silicone crystals too, so that we can get some accumulators built, so that we can get the orbital collectors built. But we'll do that build for the end of the episode if we have time. So let's head up north, and right now I have 5 interstellar set up. In this one, there we go. We're going to be remote demanding the titanium, remote demanding the silicone, because we're going to do that build up there as well. Actually, there's already one up there, so we're just gonna really get that put in there so that we can get these brought back to our home world here. And I have foundations set up to be remotely supplied, so I can get them from wherever we go until I get a build set up for those. And then I'll don't really need them in here anymore at that point, because we'll be supplying them from that build. So without further ado, as they say, let's get a little course plotted and get it going. Well, I wanted to show you something too. This just reminded me. Once when we get there and I land, I'll show you. I did another mod. I found another really cool mod. Get out in this view. So I don't know if you can see there, but it's the name of the sun, and then I got a little icon, and then I wrote home in there. Well, you can do that for every little planet. You have a little it's a mod that adds a memo here, which you can add any icon you want. So this will help when we're exploring the universe. We can, when we're doing the rare resources, we can put what rare we could put what rare resources are in that system right on this the sun of that system, with a little memo letting us know what's there. So when we're looking at this star, it'll come up and tell us what's there. That's fantastic. So when we're exploring, we can do that. So, you know, I just clicked on my sun, and you can see I wrote that and just wrote home. So when I'm out, I know this is our home planet. And you won't get lost or anything like that. So you can leave yourself little memos and notes and whatnot. So it's really a cool little quality of life app there. Good idea by the developers. That was really a good idea. So we're landed almost at our titanium build, which is great. Not a very big titanium build, but this will supply us for now until we get more on a different planet. I grabbed handfuls in my hand and I hit a wrong button and they spilt all over the place, so that's what all these are for. I threw them in there and then took them back out of there. So got to restructure this build a little bit, because we're going to put a station in here. So let's cut all these belts here, and we'll cut them here as well. That one need to cut here so that we can bring that back. And what I got to do is I'm going to upgrade this so that I'm just using all the same level belts and all that good stuff. Plus it'll let this build be just that much faster. And go over this a second time, because right there just missed one. Sometimes you tend to miss them, so just go over it and just make sure. I'm going to leave these storage boxes for right now. That's a really good buffer, and they're full, and I mean we're chock, right? So let's get our interstellar. It's Stella. We should be good going right there. So this one's easy. That's our return. Let me get this, because I'm just gonna throw all the titanium ore in here as well. Oh, I like doing that first and our secondary in there. And I can, if there's more on the planet, I could demand it into here and it would just run really well that way, doing that. So let's work on, so this will be an output and I'm gonna run it, that can run right here with no problems. It's not gonna interfere with anything. And then we'll do another output here, and I didn't do the filter for that first output. Yeah. Interstellar logistics done. Got our first one done. We'll see if this works, because I may not have enough inputs for this to really work. I didn't think that one through at all. Actually, I should be kind of okay, because I can now combine a couple of these, so I have 3 inputs. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I can, I'll combine these, because now we got really fast belts. I mean, technically I got four inputs, so I can do I can do 2 of them separate and 2 of them, but I'm just gonna do them all there. So I want to kind of get this a little neater, because these are gonna come this way. So I'm gonna combine these 2 together. I can do that right here. Get rid of this belt. And then I can bring this one over to here. And that'll be those hooked up. See, this has 3, that has 3. This only has 2, and that only has 2. That has 2, that has 2, these have 3. So it's only this one that really has 4 on it, so it's really not going to overload this belt at all. So we'll bring this one down all the way and in. One will be our second. That's not going to work. I need to have this come out one more. Technically, that belt I can add to this too, really. And of course, the station's full. Huh. I mean, we have so much throughput. It's it doesn't even look like they're moving. Okay, so we're almost have a full belt. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 machines hooked up to the one belt. So these Mark III belts are nice, very, very nice. So I'm going to just bring that to here, and then we can get rid of that piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, technically I could throw that on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that would balance out a little bit more, but like I say, there's really no need to. and I can just throw that one in this one. That works. I love it's going so fast it doesn't even look like it's moving. Alright. Wow, that's making... These machines are starving. Oh, I didn't do an output for this one. That's why those aren't going. Okay, so technically I need to bring this to this one. And up and in. And this needs to be an output. And it was already filtered for that because we had the input of that there. Go back one. And that can be brought down there. So our throughput for this build is really terrible, as we can see, because we just don't have enough going on here. But like I say, this is a good starter. These are starting to fill up. This belt's starting to fill up. And oh, that's why those aren't firing up. What? And I didn't do an input here either. Jeepers. I missed a lot of stuff here. Alright, so this needs to be out. We don't have enough coming in. And as this fills up, these will back up and it'll just, like, these are backed up now. They're just refilling what emptied out in the 10,000 that emptied here. So they'll eventually just shut down. Okay, so in this case, we need to put that as an input there. Switch this belt around. And then we can bring that down here. Like so. And there we go. Hit the R key and that changes that. So that filled that back up. Okay. Now it's remote supplied. It must have already came and picked them up when I was building. I didn't even realize that. I'm not going to throw drones in this one because I just don't really... There comes one now picking up. Because I don't really care. I have no more titanium ore on this planet, so I don't need drones to be bringing it here. So there's no reason to put a drone in this build. And then let's get power around our station. And yeah, now we're really hurting for power while this is charging. So power is brutal right now while this is charging up. As you can see, power's going in, it's charging up, no problems. Once one is fully charged, power's going to go back to good. And it's like, ouch, right? But it'll be all right. It's only one loop around. Maybe what I'll do, we can spam some wind turbines. Where is my next build? I want to see where that is, which way I gotta head. So it's over there. It's kind of closer this way. So what I'll do is I'll just spam belts down this way. Yeah, this was just a dinky build too. It'll be enough for what I'm gonna do, but I'll have to come back up and then I can spam the plan a little bit with some resources off. You don't need to watch me build the same thing over and over again. So I'll wind up just spamming the planet with miners, and so I can get all this silicone. We'll bring it into our build here. I'll make a bigger, I'll probably not even bring it into the build here, I'll just rip this down and build another series of them, because there's a lot of silicone on this planet. So we'll spam wind poles down this direction until we figure out power on this planet. So, and these are really nice. They just kind of, you can just click and drag them and they just go. And I'm not being particular. Oh, out of building range. Jeez. Yeah, so they're kind of nice. Let's see, I'll do them down. I'm out of building range. Just build the ones that are in range. That's gonna be off. I don't want that. Delete that and we'll put that in there so we can have 2 rows. That's really weird. I'm trying to go the same distance and it won't. It only goes to there with that one. Must be the curve. Alright, so as you can see, we're almost back. Just that was a little bit. We're back to decent power. I can't see. There we go. And now we got good power back, but I'm going to continue down because we're putting up another one. I'm out of item. That's good for now. That gets us back up to good, so I know we'll be all right. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. That'll probably be one belt in. And as you remember, when I did this build, we kind of did it that I was waiting and ready for it. I probably should have built more of these so that I could have just been chugging along this whole time and filling those up. But I'm gonna go back to this one, so we got a little bit of room. I know we're not proliferating yet. This is just to get this down on the planet. We will proliferate these builds when I do the better builds. Actually, technically I could do these, but then I have to get the proliferators on network, and we're not there yet. So how do I want to do this? I'll cut this here and cut that there. I'll take those outputs there, and then I can't do that, so maybe I'll just kind of combine these into this one. So I'll get rid of that there, and this one I'll get rid of there. And then these two I will combine together and bring them. So this will wind up. I'm gonna have a lot of these green belts, and I'll probably upgrade this. I'm not gonna bother upgrading this because there's no point in it, unless I can't get the throughput with these. How many do I got? I got 2 on there. I'm going to get rid of this here, and then I'll continue these 2 to this because I know we can do 3 on there with no problem. And I'll continue that to this one, and that'll be 3 onto that one. So we'll do that to there, and then this to there, and we'll get rid of that. Oops, I just deleted the whole thing because I didn't do these yet. Easy enough to redo. Okay, let's set this up for our inputs. So this is going to be silicone, remote supply, and that coming in, that can be remote supply too. I don't have a problem with that. Again, I'm not going to keep this build, so I'm not going to bother putting the drones in there. There's no point. I have nothing else here that the drones are going to be wind up doing. I'm going to hook up power so we can start getting this charged. And destroying our power again. But just like the last one, it's doing its thing. It's charging up slow. Once one's fully charged, that goes away, and then it'll just be sipping the power out to keep it charged up. Ah, shoot. And that'll be that. We need an input here. Input there. Input. No. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. And one more up. In there. And we will take it out for there and an out for here and up. I did to there because of where we were. Okay, and now we got silicone going there, and it's already going back and forth to the planet, our home planet. So let's get back to our home planet so we can start on this upgrade to the mid tier, and that's just going to involve putting logistics systems up and running belts in and stuff, so that won't take a terrible amount of time. Let's see, we gotta go way over here, and it's trying to pull me, I think. No, it's over there. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so let's find our starter depot. This way? Right here. Alright, so first thing I want to do is get rid of all this, and actually maybe the really first thing I should do, I don't need all these green belts anymore. I don't need all this titanium ore. I don't need all this ore. I should have dumped all that in the things of silicone I'm not that interested in. And these green belts are sorters. I'm not interested in either. We're making enough of them, so we don't really need that. Okay, we have enough. I have enough belts in here and sorters and stuff and all that to shut this down. And then we got to reorganize a little bit so we can proliferate everything. So I'm going to add proliferators to where I can. So this is going to have to come off to about here, I think. And so I think it's 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 works. Okay. Now I have a flat space that I can proliferate all this. So let's at least get those kind of set up. I'll do it on this line here. And there. Okay. What I should really do is cut off this stuff so that it starts to end, because we're going to be bringing in all this stuff. We don't need it supplied here anymore. I've seen that, so I want to get rid of this and get that put there. Okay. Where else are we going to need proliferation? Because we have some things here. So this is going to need proliferation. I got to move this So let me get rid of that. Pick it back up and put it on the very end. And that proliferator will fit in there now. These are already proliferated, so I don't have to worry about that. This is going to need proliferation. And that's proliferated, that's all proliferated, that's all proliferated. So now the deal is these boxes are going to be a little bit of an issue. So this belt I'm taking out and I'll run down. So I'll take that out from there to about there. These are proliferated. We got a proliferator on there. So this box I'm going to have to move out so that we can run another belt down through here, and then I'm going to have to, because I have to run some sort of a belt to the machine to do this. So I'm gonna get rid of this. This is what's going to take the most time, I think, is playing around with this, because I never proliferated any of this stuff, and technically these aren't proliferated either, and that's going to be a difficult one to do. Let me check that out really quick. Yeah, and then these aren't going to be proliferated because they're direct insert, but it's just going to have to be what it's going to be. So if I move this down one, that down one, I should be able to get a proliferator in here. So that goes to the storage, that goes out of the storage to the belt. Come on. I could have left that storage one, I guess, because that's fine. That's that top run. There's not allowing me to do it. I always forget about that because they're too new. It's not in the memory yet. Let's see, proliferator. It's gonna collide with the buildings. That stinks. Yeah, that really stinks. So that's not going to be able to get proliferated. You know what? Looking at this, I'm not going to worry about these little things. It's fine. I'm not gonna go crazy with that. It's going to take too long, and there's no, I mean, there's a little benefit, but there's no real benefit with proliferating all this. Those little things there, that's fine. I could proliferate the output of these products, and then that would go good, but like all these, they're not being proliferated either. So one that's looking good. All right, let's figure out. This is all gonna go away. Oh, I guess that's coming from a build. That build there, so I'll wind up running that. That's not gonna go away, but that'll run into a place if I don't forget. Let's see, it looks like it hops over there, so I'll end that there. And I'll just end that there. We'll dump all this stuff into a planetary system, logistics system, and then we'll just get rid of get it into there, and then that can kind of just be supply for everything. I'm really not worried about all this product, so I am going to have to reset up the copper ingot I could either do that at where we're building it, which may not be a terrible thought, but I can just pull it out of the buildings here. So I'm going to need the steel, the iron ingot, and the copper ingot out of our build here. Just pull a little out for that, so we can get the logistic spots working on that. All right, so let's get rid of all these right here. And we'll do a mass delete of yeah, I'll go from here. We'll get rid of all this stuff, all this stuff. This does not allow me to do some of it. And yep. When in doubt, throw it on the ground. And we're making enough stuff that I don't care that we have it on the ground. I'm not going to try to pick it up. Just going to delete it out. Oh, I missed that. And then we can get rid of the rest of this stuff and the rest of that stuff. I'll deal with the rest of that a little later, just so we can get this kind of going. Let's get any of this junk out of inventory. That's one. I'll just do this quicker. Okay. Clean that up. Bye. Now we're nice and neatly clean. So we can only fit 4 outputs out of 1. So I might redo this line over here. So that's 4 and 4. So let's work on getting this moved over, and we'll put that over here. Nope, I need to go one more down to there so that that fits. Can fit one of these guys here. There we go. Okay. So that's 4 there, 4 there. So let's and these are going to be the planetaries so that we can put them close together. It's not going to interfere. They can go a lot tighter together. So I mean, I might actually move all this stuff so they're all coming nice and clean. Though that's got to be that way anyway. So if we do to get them close enough, I think I can do one there. Nope. Wrong button. So I am going to have to go over. I want to go closer, but okay, so I'll just go like go 2 over and that can go there. Gonna be how it's gonna have to be. That's the most symmetrical I can do. Okay, delete all these things. We gotta move this stuff. Not sure whereabouts, but we'll run the belt so they're kind of a little bit neater. And technically I can pull the glass out of here too. That's 1 2 3 4 and then 1 2 3 4. Is that gonna look, the belt's got to cross anyway. Get rid of that bridge thing, and I think I'll do that because that's looking kind of nice. Let's get rid of this, and for right now get rid of this and that. I know the majority of belts are over here, but it's fine. So in this one, we will do... I'm going to start with this lane and work my way in. So this is going to be... Oh, that's right, I got to do another one for the gears. So this will be silicone, copper ore, glass. We're making gears here, so skip gears, and then the magnetic coil. And I want to demand all this stuff, and we really don't need this to be chock full. I can even do less than 2,000 in reality. Do not want to do that yet because so, and then this one we'll start with this. That's going to be our circuit boards, and then we'll have the brick, which I got to do a brick build now that I think of it. I don't have a brick build going on here. Then the iron ingot, and then the steel. And we'll do those all 2,000 as well. It's always something you're forgetting. Let's get the drones in there, and then we got the drones in there, and let's get our power up to snuff here. Okay, let's get our outputs going. So I need 4, and I think I'll come out here and then 1 here. That might look a little bit better. So we'll start with our silicone, and I may change these a little bit. Copper ingot. Yeah, I might have to bring them down a little bit lower in order to proliferate. Glass. And well, that's going to be almost a straight shot. It is a straight shot. That actually is going to work out nice. Okay, now out of here all the way over like that, and this will be our circuit boards. And then, because we got 2 levels here, let me bring that out like that, and then I can distinguish that a lot better. Okay, coming out of here, actually I'm gonna come out and do the steel first so I can work backwards. Easily proliferate that, and then this can be ingot. And I can get rid of that little bit that I just did, and then this can be stone brick. So I do have a stone brick build over there, so if I just throw a station, I can get those over here, I think. So that doesn't look half bad. I'm going to bring these down more equal to these, and then we can have that just looking a whole lot better. Okay, it goes down to that line, that goes there, and then that goes there. Okay. So, and there we can easily put a proliferator here. There's really nothing that takes that. I like to keep them on the line for some reason. I'm not going to be able to here, but that's off. telephone pole, or the power poles I get stuck on just constantly. Okay, now I think the nice thing to do is I might be able to bring the proliferators, the blue proliferators here, and then sneak that there. I don't think that's gonna work. I think I'm one shy of doing what I need to do. I am. So I can sneak all these down one, so I can make this happen. That needs to go two. Get that kind of set up so I can know exactly where I need to be. I think it's gonna have to be there. Technically I don't need that high speed of a belt there, so that is exactly where I need to be. So we'll come out. Really? Oh, autosave got me. Come out and in, and we'll set this up for one slot, put a topper on, and we'll call these in so we can get this going. And there we go. And of course we need power. Of course we need power. Always need power. Okay, that's better. Now we got that filled up, so we can just go right down and do what we got to do with that. Time, we're running pretty good with time. Got a lot done with this episode. So let's see, that's there, there, and there, 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 and there. I like this build right here, and using these at least on the home planet. This works out so nice, and it's so clean. It just keeps it right in. It's really nice. I really like that build. Okay, and then let's set up where we're going to be doing this. And I use these again just to shoot them right in, and I can keep the line running down and keep things just looking pretty neat. That's there, and this one is gonna be there. That'll be a little bit long of an ugly belt there, but it works. Well, I'll live with it. That there, and then that like that. That looks good. And this one, I'm gonna come out one high, and then I'll go down right alongside here. Awesome. Almost looks like it was meant to be that way, doesn't it? So there we go. We are really good. Most of everything is proliferated, so we'll get a little bit better efficiency. I do also want to spend 2 seconds and upgrade everything. Sure we got everything down here, and yeah, see, one thing up there didn't have. Get all of that snuff, and let's get all this, make sure all that's up to snuff. All right, Mach 3's on our supply depot. Supply depot is going to be proliferated now, and let's start calling in the stuffs. And the only thing I'm not going to have right now is the stone brick. And we'll work on getting that in just a second. It's the only thing that's not coming in because we don't have that set up. 25, we're still running really good shape. Where is that build? See, there's so much stuff I just can't remember where anything is right now. I think it's this way. Yep, there's our steel. Here it is right here. So, just for ease and everything with that, I am just going to break the lines here, and thank you, autosave. And I will break the line here, and I'll kind of reverse direction to them, so we can bring them into our little planetary depot there. On the third belt, I can click on that, change the direction of that belt, change the direction of that belt. Now I can add them to that, so now they'll be pulling in and pulling out. Technically, I really don't need the storages anymore, but it's a little buffer, and it works. So I'm just going to put down a little logistics. Right there is fine, and this is just going to be stone brick supplying out. Let's keep the same belt we have. Can go in there, and that can go in there. Now it's going slowly, but we don't use a lot of these in there. So, and it's supplying already 400, 450 going out. So it's gonna fill this up and fill the 2000 over there, which we already have 700 going out. So should, by the time we get back there, they'll be pretty close to be coming in, and we should be good there. Oop, passed it. So yep, we got 70 brick coming in. So now we got brick coming in. Now let's work on getting this going. This might run a little bit long. I mean, we're doing pretty good, but it might be a little bit long. So now I want to have all this set up on Interstellar so we can request anything that's on here wherever we are. This is going to be moving the game forward. This is always that turning point and moving into mid game. It's fantastic time to be. So 5 products we can put in here. So 1, 2, 3, that's the middle there, so I'll do 1 there, and then we want 1 here to capture all of our belts and stuff, and I want 1 here to capture this stuff, but this is kind of a mess here, so let's get rid of some of these, open up some space. So technically that's kind of our middle is here, because this will be the orbital collectors there, so I guess that's kind of middle. So now it's just belting all this stuff up and getting the station set up. So what do we have here? We have, let's do our buildings first. We have the planetary, that, and we have the orbital. So these are just going to be set on the absolute minimums of 100, because setting up 100 stations is is a lot of work, more than enough. So remote supply is fine. I'm not worried about the demands for that. Let's get our drone in there and get our, I call it a vessel, so I call it a freighter. Same thing, pretty much. And this, though, I want to get 600 of those. That'll give us enough for 50 go in there, so like, what is that, 12 setups we can do. I don't know, my math is bad. I don't do a calculator thing, so And these 100 is more than enough. 10 go in there, setting up 10 stations at a time. Okay, I'll do 200 because then we can do 20 stations if we're doing massive build. Then you know, that'll go. I'm not putting drones in here. No need. We're not pulling anything from anywhere. It's all being belt fed in. We want to charge up our power. This is going to maybe kill power. Just habit. I'm putting the drones to fill to 100 before they go. I am going to get power set up here so that I can start the charge sequence here. So the length of time for power. Each one I'll do separately so that I can start charging up and not do a bulk of all of them kind of at the same time. So why don't we have any of these built? Oh, titanium is not coming over here. Titanium's not coming over here. I need titanium over here. I don't need those right this second, so I'm not gonna keep on bothering with that. So this I'll bring I'm gonna go to the middle one, get rid of that little piece. This one, I'm at a weird angle. This is looking weird to me. And then this one I will just bring up and in here. Get these set up. Okay, so this is our orbital collector. We don't have any because we need those accumulators, which I will wind up doing on the next episode because we are definitely out of time here. And then we want to grab that into there. And then that can come up into there. Okay, there's our logistics station is set up. Stuff's starting to come in already. How are we charge wise? Oh yeah, see, we're fully charged. Move on to the next one. I want to stay. So this is going to have buildings, please. This is going to have our belts, our sorters. I'm going to leave a space for the assembler, and our deuterium fill rod, because we're going to do that little build over here like I said before. Again, these are all belt fed. I only need freighters in there. I don't need any drones, and it's all set up for remote supply. It feels like I'm missing something because of that empty spot there, but I got it accounted for. So let's get, ooh, I didn't set up size. It's really important, I ought to actually explain that a little bit, to only take what you're going to need. You don't want to leave this truck full because then it brings you 10,000 of them. So you got to figure out how many you want and then set that here, and that's what it'll bring you. I'm going to want to start having availability to 2,400 so I can keep a good chunk supply of that. Let me actually get rid of these and get rid of these. Looked over and it's there, and these are bugging me a little bit. Okay, so I want 2,400 of these whenever I'm on another planet to fill me right back up. I want the 2,400, so that's why I set 2,400 there. These I want 400 of, and these I only want 100 of because they last a long time. I mean, this is 600 megajoules compared to our hydrogen ones, which are 54 megajoules. So you just get so much power out of it. That's why I want to get those built. I might even be next, working on that next episode too. Okay, so let's get this stuff belted in. This one's easy, straight shot in basically. This one can come here. Our deuterium fill rods can come to that one. And I can, well, I could have brought those all really nice and neat there, I guess. Kinda keeping it clean. Okay, and then our output there. Come on, give it to me. Our output there. And our, don't want to really do the output there yet. So I want to actually bring this like that. We'll keep it kind of neat. Technically I should come up one and go there. And then that didn't save that, of course. Just trying to keep it looking nice, even though we're not going to really be seeing too much of it anyway. Just feels good to build nice. Okay. So there's that stuff. Now that's on the network. And look at that, we're charged up already. Oh, we're not too bad. We're not even at an hour yet. We are definitely close to an hour. So this is going to be our smelter. Let's go to buildings that would help. Our smelter, miner, small storage, splitter, and a power pole. So these I'm going to want, I think I'm bringing 200 in now. Once we get doing some builds, we're gonna really need them. Miners, 100 is fine. The small storage is 100 is fine because we don't really use a lot of those. 100 is fine there as well, and 100 is good there. Just need our freighters, our vessels, and let's get power so this can start charging up while we're belting. And let's start with our middle belt. That's the easy one. Turn to the side. That can go in like so. This, that. That I'll bring in like that. This one, because of these boxes and stuff, I'm just gonna bring this up like so. I want more like that. Come on, there we go. And this one I can bring like that. Semi-symmetrical. That's fine. I can't worry that much about that. Well, I can, but we won't. Really makes it hard to see. Hard to see that when you do that. Alright, so now all this is on the network. Our next 5. Let's see here. So that's 1, 2, 3. We come up to here. Just enough space to put these in. It's great. Oh, that's got to go up one more. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3, and That looks a little bit better. And 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Huh. Third time's the charm, everybody. Third time's the charm. There. And then that's the 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3 is here. Make sure I'm centered. 2, and then this is kind of an oddball-y, and then this being right here is kind of yucky. Let's get rid of these, and I might be able to actually put this in kind of where it needs to, and I may have to spin this. I have this one thing here that's gonna have to come over. Technically this should be here. That comes in here, and then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got 6 items. God, that's the worst spot for this. I might just get rid of it, and it is what it is kind of thing. Actually might be a little bit nice. I can do a line over from here and throw these on the network right here, so I can supply other planets with them. All right, we're over here, so let's figure out what we're gonna. Come on, get in there. Let me get power to this so I can get this started to charge. Okay. Here we are going to have wind, power, these things that I never use and I really need to start implementing them into the build. Not that we really need these on the network, but they're here and we'll throw them in. Charge all the way, and we'll throw you up all the way. Oh, let's set our stuffs. If I'm on a new planet, I'm gonna want 20 of these, because when I go around and I'm just grabbing everything off the planet, so I'm just like strip mining the planet basically. You can use these instead of the telephone poles to connect in between things, and it's just going to generate the power you're going to need for what you got going on there, because it's just a mining planet, not a smelting or assembly planet. So that's where we'll be using a lot of wind stuff, because even at bad wind, it's still plenty of wind for what you need to do. 100 for now is fine there. Definitely 100 is fine there. 100 is fine there, and 100 is fine there. Okay, that's all set up. Looks good. Let's get some belts run. Yeah, Icarus, stop giving me an attitude looking at your watch. I'm busy. I'm busy trying to get this episode finished up. For all the YouTubers out there. I think I'm gonna come off straight like that. I think that looks best. Let's get sorters put in these. We'll run this side. Okay. And now this side. Can go in like so. Oh, no, it can't. There we go. And then this will just bring up like this and in. That's I like that. I'm going to start using that. It looks nice and clean and symmetrical. And is going on with those? They're there and going in. Did I grab the wrong one or something? I did. Okay. There we go. And yo, slow down there, guys. Okay. That's why those weren't coming in. Now we're good. Now those are all in the network. Only got a few more of these to go. And I think I'm gonna deal with that oil and getting these last two set up off stream, just because it's getting really late in the tooth here with the episode, and that is gonna take a little time to get that cleaned up. Extractor and refiner and the Tesla. I call it the Tesla pole, but it's not the Tesla. Those are the Tesla towers. Wireless. Okay. Built in. Built in. And in. Sorters. We are almost ready for interstellar travel. Now we got a little ways to go there. We need warpers first. It's a whole other science level. Okay, and sorters, and there's another one in the network. Fantastic. Why are these numbers yellow? These ones are not. Is it anything under 100, or when it's not? See, I think this has to do with the mod, so I think it's not. It's orange when it's not at its capacity full. Or maybe not, because that one there is not at capacity. Huh. Maybe it's a throughput thing or something like that. I'm really not sure. Get some drones in there, and let's get these up like that. Power's almost to where it needs to be. So for the most part, our supply depot is now at mid-game. It's really nice to have all this stuff where we can get it anywhere on the planet. I don't worry about on my home planet doing anything at the north, like setting up a whole thing. We will set higher level tier stuff up there to be on the network. So we'll do a ring of that stuff. And that's all more later game builds doing. So stuff we get in purple and green, we'll be putting up on the north pole and ringing our stuff that we're bringing down to this planet. So I use that to bring all the stuff we're going to need for our assemblies and stuff like that, what we have going on down on our home planet. We'll bring all that stuff in through the North Pole and distribute it from there. And yeah, it's fantastic. We're looking really good here. We'll see you on the next one, I guess, guys. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Later.